Oh, look, there's a deer. And there's Mojo to the left, and he's about to find that deer. Watch Mojo. Let's see. Oh, there he goes. He's going towards the deer. Uh-oh, uh-oh, mama deer is mad. Uh-oh. All right, guys, Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and guess what? Today, we're gonna do a HIIT workout for guys with bad knees. And the reason I'm doing it for guys with bad knees is because I have bad knees. It's been bugging the hell out of me for about a year now. And I don't want to always work out inside the house. So it's nice and hot out here. And another reason I like doing this outside is because this guy absolutely loves to go to the park. So follow along. I'm going to show you how I do it and what the little tricks are for guys with knees. I got tendonitis in my knees. I don't have any structural damage, but the tendonitis has really been bothering me for a long time. And there's several different things we can do, and I want you guys to just kind of follow along and see how I do it. So join me and Mojo as we go to the park and do our high intensity interval training. All right. Got several options here, guys. I live in a hilly neighborhood, so I wouldn't have to get in the car and go drive to go run hills. I could just walk right outside of my house. And the only reason I'm getting in the car is because I have a nice grassy hill within 2 miles, okay? It's only gonna take me about 3 or 4 minutes to get there. And running up a grassy hill is softer on my knees than running up the street here. But even though running on the concrete is normally bad for your knees, if you're going up a hill, it's real easy on your knees. So guys, if you don't have a nice hilly location to go run, a big park with a hill in it, okay, just find someplace close to your house and you can literally run up asphalt or run up concrete. It doesn't matter, okay? Because I promise it's not going to hurt your knees. It's the running on flat surfaces and running downhill that'll really put a lot of stress on your knees. And the other thing is, guys, I like getting out and getting a little bit of sun. If I'm inside too long, okay, and don't get any sunlight, it makes me just feel kind of lazy and depressed. And then another side benefit is this guy is gonna go crazy. He absolutely goes bonkers. He loves getting out and running around. Even though he's 9 years old, he acts like he's 2. So basically I get a lot of exercise for Mojo. Well, I'm sweating my butt off running up and down these hills, all right? He's over there playing around in the grass and sniffing in the bushes and unfortunately taking a dump right in the middle of the soccer field sometimes. That's okay. All right, so guys, one of the reasons that running on a flat surface or a downhill surface really hurts your knees is because when you're striding, your leg, when you step forward, almost locks out straight, okay? And so that puts a ton of stress on the joint, on the knee joint when you hit the concrete. Well, when you're running uphill, all right, your legs never stretch out and get straight. You never even come close to having a straight knee when you plant your foot on the ground. And so every time you step, your legs are still bent, okay? So anyway, it's just a real simple thing. And guys, experiment, okay? Everybody's gonna have different types of knee problems. I went to the doctor and got an MRI done a year ago, and he told me there is nothing wrong with my knee, but I can't run still, and I really do like to get out and run. I don't run long distance, guys. I'm only talking about 2, maybe 3 miles max. A lot of times I'll just run quarter miles really hard, you know, run 5 or 6 quarter miles to exhaustion. But doing that has been killing me. Even when I take off for months at a time and my knees feel great, I'll go out and start real slow and try to ramp up very, very slowly and carefully. It doesn't matter. Within a week or 2, my knees are killing me again. So I'm doing several little things here, all right, some tricks I'll tell you about later to see if it helps my tendonitis in my knees. But one thing I can do while I'm waiting to see if these other little tricks actually work is run hills. I have to find a way, okay, to do this. And so this is not just a video about doing HIIT workouts with bad knees. This is also a video about how you guys with other injuries, I don't care whether it's your shoulders, your elbows, you might have tendonitis, tennis elbow maybe, you need to find ways to work out and work around your injuries, all right? Because if I'm 58, I know you guys are all watching are in your 40s, 50s, 60s. A lot of you guys, some of y'all are in your 70s. So everybody is going to have injuries, all right? Even the young guys have injuries. And if we all just quit working out until our injury was completely healed and we were feeling perfect, hell, we'd never get a workout in, right? So you got to find ways to work around your injuries. And everybody's going to have to experiment. So I don't have all the answers for all the injuries, all right? So I've been doing this for years and years, you know, personally, and it's not just my knees I'm talking about. I'm talking about tendonitis in my bicep tendons. I've hurt myself over the years, and I've had to figure out ways to work around that tendonitis and not just totally ignore my biceps for the next 6 months, right? Same thing with my back, same thing with my shoulders, okay? So this is always happening, and I'm always trying to figure out ways to sneak in a good workout, all right? Instead of just laying on the couch and resting until everything starts to feel good. All right, so here it is. This is a middle school, all right? It has a big track, and I used to run the track, which is really good because it's rubberized and it's soft and squishy, and it's great. But because of my knee problem, I can't run on a horizontal surface even if it's one of those nice squishy rubberized tracks. So that track is at the bottom of a really steep grassy hill. And I experimented with this concept a year ago when my knee started hurting me, and guess what? It worked great. No pain at all in my knees, and I get unbelievably out of breath. So this is like doing sprints, all right? And you'll see here in a minute. So this is a high intensity interval training workout, all right? I'm not gonna be out here just running laps, all right, getting tired doing a long cardio session. And I actually think this is really better for us anyway. So it's great for your testosterone because we're gonna be really out of breath. Matter of fact, we got all kinds of videos talking about sprinting. We even have a product, okay, that talks about sprinting. And when I say sprinting, it doesn't necessarily mean running 40-yard dashes. Sometimes it's running up a hill. Sometimes it's running in place as fast as you can, as hard as you can. Sometimes it's down the ground doing crossover mountain climbers as hard as you can. That's a sprint, basically, all right? So, wait, I want you to see also how I warm up before I start doing this workout. All right, Mojo. Well, guys, I sit around all day long and I get stiff just like you do. So the thing I do when I come out here is I just walk. And let me tell you, it's very frustrating. I hate walking, right? I like moving kind of fast. I don't walk at least one lap, which is a quarter of a mile, I'll end up screwing up something. So I'm just walking to just get a little bit of blood flow and get those muscles going. And then I'm going to take it to the next level, step it up just a little bit. All right, so part of warming up is not just walking, all right? So I'm going to be literally warming up my arms, my back, my shoulders. I'll start, twisting, all right, get my lower back loose, all right? So I'm going to walk one lap, which is about a quarter of a mile. Then I'm going to do some more warm-ups, so some real light stretching. I'm going to get out on the ground. I brought a big beach towel with me. Now I'm just going to do some real light stretching. I'm going to be focusing on my lower body though when I'm doing stretching. And I'm not going to hold these stretches for a real long time, and I'm not going to push the stretch very hard. So it's not going to be painful stretching. It's called, just basically light stretching. And I'll show you some of the things I do in just a minute. But first, this drives me crazy. I gotta walk a lap, all right? It's just so slow and boring, but guys, I've learned if I don't do it, something's gonna start hurting halfway through the workout, then I'll have to cut it short. So here we go. Oh, look, there's a deer. And there's Mojo to the left, and he's about to find that deer. Watch Mojo. Let's see. Oh, there he goes. He's going towards the deer. Uh-oh, Mama deer is mad. Uh-oh. Mojo, come on. Come here. Come on, Mojo. Come on. Ha, ha, ha. Come on. That's pretty wild. He just sat there while she was hitting him. Well, you know why she was hitting him? What y'all can't tell is there is a fawn behind that little shed. I could hear it making a noise. And Mojo's not attacking the fawn. He just likes to go up and smell the thing. I've seen him do it before. Well, Mama Deer is real defensive. She didn't like that at all. So you can tell Mojo doesn't really care. He just wanted to go say hi to the little fawn back there, but he's just a happy camper. But Mama Deer was not. All right, well, that was exciting, but now back to the boring walking around the track. So I got about another 2 minutes to complete this lap, and then I'll get down on the ground and start doing some light stretching. So I'm just, stretching out my calves now, guys. And I'm just going to hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds per leg. I was kind of doing some tippy toe walks, trying to flex my calf muscles and use. Okay, now I'm going to kind of loosen up my hips a little bit. So I'm going to push down on that knee pretty hard, and I can really feel it in my hip. So I'll do each side for about 10 to 12 seconds. And then I'm going to turn over and I'm going to stretch my hips from the opposite direction. All right, so I'm pushing down on my left knee away from my shoulders. And it's not real painful, but I'm pushing hard enough that I can feel it. Now I'm going to stretch my glutes here, and I'm pulling my knee down towards the ground and trying to keep my right shoulder down as much as possible. Man, I can really feel a stretch in there. Woo. I'm not killing it, just about 10-12 seconds. Just Ooh, I'm feeling this in my lower back and my groin. Oh boy, that feels good. So this kind of stretching is actually fun because it's not real painful. Almost done. So I got a little routine that I've come up with for my. All right, that's it. Time to start running the hills. Now, guys, I'm not just going to start killing it, all right? So follow along. I'll show you how I continue to warm up for the next, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 minutes before I really start pushing it hard. All right, guys, first time up the hill is a walk, no running. Still warm up those legs, all right? And what I'm gonna do is progressively hit this hill harder and harder, but still, I don't want to screw anything up. I got plenty of time, I'm not in a rush. It's gonna be probably the 4th trip up this hill before I start pushing it, really hard. So, top of the hill here, talking, just a little out of breath, but wait till you see it in a minute, all right? So, going downhill, guys, is tougher on your knees, so I'm never gonna run, all right? And if your knees are really bad, sometimes just walking downhill can hurt them. So if walking downhill hurts your knees, this is the simple answer. You may not like going backwards, but this puts 0 stress on your knees. Now, I don't have a problem walking downhill, but trying to run would really hurt. So I'm gonna keep on doing it, but this time, this is like a real slow jog, okay? getting the knees up. This is not a walk, but still not pushing it hard. Right now, this is really helping to warm up my quads, my hams, my glutes, and my calves, all right? Because you're on your toes the whole time when you're running up these hills. Whew. All right, starting to get a little out of breath, but it's not bad yet. Give it time. All right, number 3. Faster than number 2, but still not killing it. Get to the top, shake it out a little bit, catch my breath, 5 or 6 seconds, walk down. Now, here in a minute, when I start sprinting, I'm gonna have to catch my breath longer at the top of that hill before I turn around and walk back down. All right, so I've done 3 warm-ups. The first one was real slow. Basically, it was a walk. Second one was just a little bit faster than a walk. Of course, the third one was a little faster than that. So normally I would think, hey, I'm ready to go 100%. Listen to your body, guys. I don't feel like I'm really warmed up yet, so I'm gonna do at least 1 more. Okay, and I'm picking up the intensity with each interval here. So I just can tell that my body isn't ready to do full out sprint up that hill. So number 4. Good. Now I can start pushing it. This doesn't hurt my knee. Really forcing my quads to contract. And guess what? Yesterday was a leg day, and it was a quad focused leg day. So my thighs definitely have not recovered from that workout. Matter of fact, it'll be another 2 days before my quads really get back to normal. Whew. All right, number 6. It's cumulative as far as my cardio is concerned also. So I'm not allowing myself to fully catch my breath before I do the next sprint. So if I stopped, caught my breath, and got my heart rate back down to its resting rate, I'd be defeating the purpose, and it would take forever. So let's keep your heart rate up. Catch your breath about 3/4 of the way, and then do it again. Number 10. All right, guys, 15 times is enough for now. I'm just kind of starting back into this running hills. So my cardio is really in pretty bad shape right now. So I'm not going to overdo it. But here in another 2 or 3 weeks doing this, I'll probably typically shoot for 20 of these hills. And so the thing is, guys, if you saw me the first 2 or 3 shots up that hill, I was going really slow. The first one was literally walking. The second one was just that much faster than walking. All right, so I built my way up until about the 5th time up the hill. That's it. I was going pretty much as hard as I could go. All right, and then once I got 9 or 10 reps, I couldn't go 100% anymore because I wasn't fully catching my breath at the top and the bottom. So I was still pushing myself up the hill, but probably only 80% because that's just all I could do. But this is a great exercise, guys. For you got bad knees and you can't run even on one of these nice squishy rubber tracks, I urge you, try to go up a hill. And it doesn't have to be a grass hill like I have. If you have a nice steep hill on your street, I don't care if it's asphalt, give it a try. I bet if it's steep enough,
it won't hurt your knees at all. And then the third option, which is just as good as run uphill, is run up steps. So if you have an outdoor park with a bunch of steps or some bleachers at a middle school or high school, something like that, we used to call it running stands when I was in high school and college. Same exact thing. It's great for you. It's easy on your knees. Just take it real slow coming down, okay? Catch your breath as you're coming down the hill. And guys, you can do this 2-3 times a week, all right? Because this did not take me very long. 15 times up and down probably took me about 30 minutes, maybe less. And I'm at the house now taking a shower and cooling off and drinking a lot of water. But guys, you're not going to get there overnight. You're not going to be able to do 15, 20 just starting off. You got to stick with it and never give up on yourself.